There is so much gear. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Scale of 1 to 10.
I'm sure we'll just be passing it.
Yeah, let's just go.
I'm bringing those back home on the plane with me. Mind if I check out the headphone? Sweet, thank you. Is this the source right here? Sweet. Dude, I'm total noob. I literally can't even. I've been off like a dap. Let me.
Awesome.
All right, let me try it. I want to try it.
I have a national current here if you want to try that. But you
I got my DX 180 here. I've been itching to listen to it with
I
it.
love the sound on the dab. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, I just like was kind of blown away by how good it sounds. Honestly. Actually, there's a product photo on my site of it being plugged into.
Oh,
a
really?
DAB.
Oh, sweet.
It's one of
Sweet.
the use cases because it's a 32 ohm, so
Yeah.
you know. But also just because of the airflow characteristics, like it
Right.
doesn't need high gain. Like,
Okay.
a little more exciting, a little more.
Alrighty, sweet. I'm here with Nick from Hi-Fi for All. Thanks for doing this, Nick. I really appreciate
having
it.
me.
Yeah. So this is obviously your first headphone.
It is.
And I wanted to ask, what was kind of maybe a trial or an unexpected, challenge that went through the headphone making process?
Yeah. Thanks for asking. It's a great question. So the way I approach this headphone is I kind of wanted to break down the development into specific areas where I wanted to focus on making sure that the experience was awesome. The first area that I wanted to focus on was comfort. So I spent 3 or 4 months literally just on the comfort itself. And I mean, I would say that the hardest thing in that area was trying to figure out a way to get the clamp, the adjustment mechanisms, the weight, everything dialed in, and just trying it for different size heads. And that was really, I would say, the biggest. Once I got the comfort down, everything else just kind of fell into line. But it was, I would say, not enough headphone makers spend enough time, I think, focusing on that area. And I think that was the biggest challenge, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it. I mean,
Yeah.
both of us I think we both said like right away how comfortable it was and how it just rests on your head. And you kind of answered this already, but what was kind of something that you think came easier in the process than expected?
So I don't know. I mean, I wish like there was like a super easy part, but I think that maybe it was just the overall aesthetic and like the vibe that it puts out visually. I just wanted to make sure that at every point in the headphone, I wanted to choose the right material for the job, right? So for the grills, I chose steel because actually it adds a little bit of weight to get nice pad compression, and just by going with raw steel, it actually just ended up looking really cool.
Yeah.
It catches the light in a really interesting way.
Yeah.
So visually, just by choosing that material, visually it kind of came together nicely. So that was kind of a happy accident where
That's awesome.
I chose it for a functional purpose, but visually ended up being really fun. So,
Oh no, that's awesome.
yeah,
That's so cool.
Kind of a happy accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Not planned, but
Now, what was the driving force behind this? Is there something you listened to that you were like, oh, you know what? I kind of want to capture this, or was it just like, inspiration, like you've always wanted to do this? Like, what was really the driving force behind this headphone?
Yeah, I would say that before I embarked on this journey, I was listening to a lot of dynamic headphones, like from Sennheiser and other makers, and I think this is a story that probably is similar to a lot of other headphone startup makers, where you feel like there's just a small tweak here and there that you wish was improved for like comfort, sound, aesthetics, and I felt like I could maybe contribute my skills and my passion towards adding a little bit that would help in those areas. And so, yeah, I think hopefully when people find this, they find that some of those issues around comfort, sound, aesthetics are slightly improved from what they're used to from either major brands or headphones they currently own. So
awesome, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
That was the mission.
That's sweet, man. Well, thanks for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Dude, the S-tones on that set, like it's like in your soul. It's like the vocals, bro. Everything about that set. First headphone, oh man. And if he really does come out with a planar, yeah, I'm in. I'm in. String tonality, bass impact, treble extension, vocals. It's a great, attacking, yeah. High five for all. I'm in. I'm in. Duality listening session. It's about to blow your mind.
Yeah, I just used this, so I already flipped the bass switch on.
Oh, cool. All right.
So it's gonna be super bass.
Yeah.
You wanna take this off?
So down is dynamic. So yeah, this is up, and then you just flick it down. It's down.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was literally about to go to Europe next.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I
What's
was about
up?
to go to Bloom. When are you doing your little raffle?
Oh, the giveaway's at the end of the day for today and
Am I
tomorrow.
signing up? Do I do it now?
It's a QR code. Yeah, you can scan it, and then I think you just type in your email, and then you have a submission.
All right, I'm gonna go and do that.
All right,
Because
sweet.
I forgot last time. I walked in, I was so sad. It's like, no, I missed it.
The final.
Still got your own tips.
Yeah.
So this one is no tips. You can attack it.
Sweet. How's it going? The cable came out great. That's jewelry, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it's purely handmade.
Yeah.
It's casing.
Yeah.
But they make the production process so slow.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, it's better than something mass-produced that's.
Right. It's not everyone is using the CNC. The
Yeah.
CNC looks lifeless.
Yeah. I feel like a baller with these in my ears, dude. I feel like a baller. It's just remarkable.
I think it's far surpassed the V2.
Yeah. I think so too. Like the V2 was good, and I was very impressed with it.
Boring.
I was just this really came out very well.
Yeah, I get some driver and I redo the whole crossover.
Yeah. I mean, wow. Yeah, the timbre and just I just can't get over the vocal richness. Like it was excellent.
I also find the vocal.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah. Everything, man. The staging, just everything is. I was reading a lot about the bass layering, and like I knew going into that was going to be a show-stopping characteristic, but like the vocals really just came out, and they were just so alive, man. Yeah, it's a great set. It's a great set.
Thank you.
You want to check them out? Forté years Macbeth. Heard the prototype in Singapore. Good, like safe. This final version, Macbeth, next level. Dude, Ricardo's a great guy, and for this being his debut IEM, he knocked it out of the park, man. I knew the bass was going to be good. The vocals just took the transparency, the clarity, and the richness, man. Yeah, it's a great set, man. For at first time, I know it went through some revisions and prototypes, but first try, man. I'm excited to see what he's got in store for the next one too. Yeah, he killed it. He killed it. I'll be able to sit. Can I sit here? Oh, cool. Thank you. Awesome. Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
This is a planar headphone. I'm not sure if it's okay for you.
Okay, true. Yeah, I'll try. Yeah, I'll try it. And if I need like a desktop, appreciate it, man. Thank you. I thought it actually was driven off the DAP pretty well for a planar.
So this is okay to drive it?
Yeah, honestly, I thought it actually reached comfortable listening volumes. It sounded excellent too. I want to check out some of these other ones.
Do you want to connect to the amplifier?
If that one's in 4.4, I'll still try it off here.
You can try it first.
Okay, cool. Thank you. And this is
P2 Pro.
P2 Pro. Oh, here we go. 449, perfect. And you guys made an IEM, right?
We also have IEM.
Okay, cool.
And mostly headphones.
Yeah, mostly headphones, but you have an IEM. All right, sweet. Yeah, no, this is really great. I thought it was very warm, like very lush, and like you could kind of just like, I wrote in my notes, like kind of just listen from like yeah, it's very smooth and very sweet. Like it's very emotional.
Musical.
Yeah, musical, exactly. I actually wrote that right in my notes. It's very musical. And
This is our first model. It's
Okay.
a very old one.
okay, sweet.
Anyhow you can.
Awesome. How much was this one?
It's 600.
600? Okay.
Round down 9.
All right, sweet. All right, sweet. Dude, I think if you just handed people this and didn't tell them the price, I think they would be guessing like double. I think they'd be saying like at least 1,200.
In fact, usually we don't show the price. We ask customers to try first, and then we show
And
the price.
yeah, because I think they'd be very surprised most of the time. Oh man. I think I like this one the most so far, honestly. I like this one a lot.
Now this kind of scratch sound, transparent sound.
I think it's a little bit more resolving than that one.
Yeah.
And it just kind of completes everything in a way that like a lot of people will appreciate that and will love it, and for those looking for like a little bit more, like just that next step up, like this is it. And I mean, it's just so like, it's so good. Like it is really good.
This with a very high resolution sound.
Yeah,
Fidelity.
yeah.
You can hear that every detail is very clear.
Yeah, but it's not fatiguing. Like you can hear so much detail, and it doesn't come at the cost of just being like, yeah, like too sharp. Yeah, it just sounds just super natural and organic, and I think it just sounds excellent. Yeah, I really like this one a lot. I like this one a lot.
Do you want to try some dynamic driver headphone?
Sure. It's actually how consistent they are. Like every single offering is just good. Like that's just crazy.
How much do you think is the cost?
I thought you were gonna ask me that. Since it's Sivga, I'm gonna go lower, 300.
Yes.
300? Is it really? I'll take that. I should be on Price is Right. That's actually pretty sweet.
It's also very easy to drive.
Yeah, like over 3.5 with my DAP, it sounded like I could easily get to comfortable listening volumes. And yeah, man, that sound, like there's just like any like thing I don't like is just like a general nitpick, and like everything I do like is just, it's incredibly enjoyable, and you can just listen to it and it just sounds great. Yeah, and it's so comfortable. This one's really comfortable. Yeah, like the ear pads just like go on, they just feel great. Yeah, this one's very, very competitive at $300. And I would love to check out the IEMs too whenever I can.
Those are fantastic.
Oh, dude, I can't wait. You said you weren't a headphone guy, right? Yeah, dude, it still might be worth running through their lineup, for real.
I know, I've listened to them.
Yeah, no, okay, sweet. Yeah.
I'm not, one, I don't like open backs, but closed.
Okay.
I've got an Odyssey, a set of Odysseys.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Did you listen to their $149 close back?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, dude, for $149, that's insane.
And they're tempered.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is. It really is. I wish I wasn't told the price because I'd be interested in what I was gonna guess, but I'd say like $130, $200 price range is like incredibly competitive for these. And I think I heard $60 and yeah, $70. I mean, like, they're just so natural sounding. Like they're not, nothing's overemphasized. You don't have this, you know, like metallic undertones. You don't have, you know, like treble that just has too much zing or it's too smooth. Like everything just has its purpose and place in the tuning and mix, and like it just sounds incredibly well presented. Like it's just very easy to digest and to listen to. And it's just I think natural is like the best way I could describe it. This was awesome. Thank you guys so much for letting us stop by and just go through this whole lineup. This was awesome.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, and I have mine here. Yeah. Thank you. It was really nice talking with you guys, meeting you, and sure we'll definitely.
For your time to do the testing.
Yeah.
My
Yeah. Yep. And Colin?
Yeah, yes.
Awesome. It's nice to meet you, Colin.
Nice to meet you.
All right,
Test.
sweet. Yeah.
Good.
Here with Ivan from FatFreq. Thanks for
Hi,
doing
man.
this,
How
man.
you doing? Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. So kind of want to talk about FatFreq Deuce.
Okay.
Kind of want to talk about the Bass Cannon 2 technology. Heard that now has better power efficiency. If you could just walk me through that tech, I would love to hear about
I mean, probably you guys have heard of our Maestro Mini. The Scarlett Mini is something that we just created just for fun, you know, just to try to get extra juice out of the drivers and everything else. And over the period of time, we realized there are better ways to do that, right? There's better ways to squeeze out extra juice without compromising on the quality, and of course without eating too much power, right?
Yeah.
And because we have already released the Maestro Mini, which is still selling pretty well right now, because of the sound, the tonality, and of course, you know, it's pretty popular in its own way, including the Scarlett Mini. So with Deuce, it's where we realize having two dynamic drivers talking to each other, playing with each other, it's a very tricky situation. Talking about phase, right? Where frequency clash, phase cancellation, and everything else. It took us some time to get to that level of finding that perfect response, delay, you know, creating certain kind of rapid response or even delay response in a way to give us that sound, right? Of course, what makes Deuce special in the way that we engineer the bass to not really bleed into the meats. We engineer in a way that it's a nice cut off at a 250-ish, straight all the way, where I think that is quite a engineering marvel itself. But of course, the price, okay, to be honest, everything else, it's a lot of work is done behind the scenes, the R&D, and but at the end of the day, why is it priced at I don't know why is it now? It's $250, but that's the pre-order price. But after pre-order, it's going to be close to $300. And why is it priced that way? That's out of our current lineup. It's 2DD, right?
Right.
And it's something that ultimately where we want to give value back to the community. That's what we have been doing all along, you know, in our pro audio market, where our 6-driver, 8-driver, 10-driver model it sounds great, it sounds kick-ass, but in a way, why are we so much having so much influence in the world or in the market right now in the pro audio world is because we do give value to our products and to our clients as well, right? So it's the same philosophy there for the Deuce. You know the price of the Grand Maestro, the Maestro SE. I know that of course it's value. I mean, it's like $1 for $1, right? In a way, but it's something where with 2 DDs we realize that we can do this kind of engineering. It's something new, something special, and realize that ultimately calculating everything else, why not, you know, use this opportunity to give it back to the audiophile community, the enthusiast community. And we realized that we are getting a lot of good friends and people from the industry loving our product. And why not, you know? And of course, HBB is a great friend of ours, where he put in a lot of input in this, right? Like we went back and forth for months. For Ben, my partner Ben, communicated with HBB for the longest time to really nail down this frequency. So
Awesome.
so we were really thankful that we reached to this point, managed to now preparing all the orders. It is painful, to be honest with you guys, because it's a lot of orders. But we are really thankful to the community and your support as well, you know, because it really gives us that confidence and assurance in a way that we have a place here, in a way where it's a two-way street, right? You love our product, we do our best to give you the best value. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And kind of going back to the tuning process of Deuce, what was maybe the biggest inspiration that kind of carried, Deuce's tuning to where it is now?
Yeah, so I think the talking about inspiration, I think I'll forward it back to philosophy in a way of how and why did we create the base Canon technology in the first place, right? Because it's a base Canon V2. So it's like we got to keep that DNA of the base Canon technology and not just making it like sound too much boomy and then losing the details and everything else. Because base Canon, yes, it just sound like it's just bass and bass and bass, right? But for us, we also would want to have that mid-tone clarity and of course the scissors on the highs that is still present, because I think that's something that we enjoy as well as we use it on stage and we use it on the couch as well.
How would you say that, Deuce separates itself from Scarlett Mini and now Maestro Mini?
Okay, technicality-wise, right? The number of drivers, the difference in the price. I mean, that's the main difference at the end of the day. But of course, this is a collaboration with HBB. It's our very first collaboration, right? And to be honest, it's something where, as mentioned, we want to give it back to the market, to the community, to enjoy good sound in a way, right? To enjoy the fruits of our labor, I would say. It took us really long hours to really get things down, choosing the right dynamic driver, even not just that, tuning the dynamic driver we do have our own tuning of the dynamic driver for that purpose, and of course with the base Canon technology that is from the shelf outwards into the nozzle and into our ear, right? So that I think really set. It's similar. Okay, I would say similar to the Scarlett Mini and Maestro Mini, because it's a lot of engineering is done towards the shell. In some sense, where we have our base Canon technology in the shell itself, and of course the driver plays a huge part of it as well. But of course with that, you will take note of it where the nozzle is slightly thicker than normal. Right. So that's pretty out of the norm. I think that is. I would say a lot of you guys going to have that difficulty putting certain earbuds into it. We are sorry about it, but in a way we are not sorry, because it attributes to the sound in general, right? So that's something different with the Scarlett and the Maestro Mini.
Awesome. I got my SpinFit Omni on it, so I'm happy with it. But I appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, cheers.
Alrighty, I'm here with Dekoni Audio and Tal from Dekoni, and we're to talk about the new modular cable system. Tal, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
Thanks. Good to see everybody out there in internet land.
Yeah. Well, I kind of want to talk about these cables and just how long of a process it's been in developing these, and basically that, just how long it's been in development.
Yeah, so the concept started about a year ago, around the same time I came back into the company.
Okay.
I took a 4-year hiatus from Dekoni and went somewhere else, and when I came back, I wanted to make a shift. I wanted Dekoni to be seen more as an accessory company, not as a replacement ear pad company, because I think honestly calling us a replacement ear pad company is kind of selling us short. Because we are, if you look around this room or you look around HFA, we're really the only kind of full coverage accessory company now in the space. There's some guys that make some cables, but nobody that's really doing what we're doing. And so, I had this idea for a cable. I wanted to make a cable. I wanted to make a mass-produced modular cable because, all the people that have different amplifiers, different connections, different headphones, I felt there was a hole there. And so, kind of, I hooked up with an industrial designer, a guy who had worked on some other headphone projects in the past. I think he designed the Marley headphones like back maybe 10, 15 years ago. And I had him come up with some ideas for a splitter, because I knew I wanted the split to be the splitter. Because splitter, right? I mean, it's kind of like, how could it not be?
Right.
So he came up with some ideas. We evaluated them. I thought I knew the connector I wanted to use, and so I can get a little more into that. But we came up with a design. We came up with this really I think really beautiful, elegant.
Yeah.
Design. It's got a reverse strain relief, which I think is unique. Normally this strain relief will come out like on these, right? It comes all the way out, and you get your strain relief that way. With this, because it's a reverse strain relief, you see the inside kind of cones out.
Right.
And so you still get that level of strain relief on it, but you get it in a slightly smaller package.
Right.
I really wanted to make the splitter as small as we could make it, because I didn't want a giant splitter, and I knew that being a modular system, it had potential to be big. And in fact, one of the things that we did struggle with was that connector. We started with one connector. Once we got the design down, we went and worked with a couple mechanical engineers. The connector we were using is similar to what like JH Audio uses on their e-ears. It's a 4-pin with a screw-in lock, right? Because I knew I wanted a locking mechanism. The problem with that was figuring out where to put the lock, where to put the parts. We couldn't mechanically get it to line up just right every time. And so we kind of went back to the drawing board. My engineer came back to me and said, you know what? I think we need to switch connectors. I was like, okay, what's your thought? And so he said, there's a 4-pin 2.5 millimeter. And I'm like, duh, yeah. And he's like, we can design a lock around it. Yeah. And then you click it in, it locks. And I was like, okay, like that's why we hire you, And so we kind of went back, redesigned the whole thing. It started out about 15 centimeters longer than this. And when I first, saw the initial kind of production drawings and things, I was like, wait a minute, this is too big. And they managed to shrink it down considerably, but still maintain the strength. We've done extensive stress tests on it. Everything is it's solid.
Awesome.
And it's this really beautiful aluminum.
Yeah.
Aluminum shell.
It looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got multiple connectors, so we're, to start, we're starting with two. First of all, it's two different types of cable, right? So it's a silver-plated copper, and then a nylon jacket cable. We're starting with a 6.35 millimeter connector and a 4.5.
Awesome.
Unbalanced. There's a fast follow for 3.5 and an XLR.
Perfect.
So then we'll have full coverage on the amplifier connection.
Awesome. Yeah.
For the headphone side, we're starting with HD600 because, anybody who has an HD600 wants to mod it somehow.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, they can get rid of that.
Yep.
And there's a lot of them out there. Mini XLR, right? So this is for your Mezes, your Odysseys, your ZMFs.
Yeah.
The list goes on. 3.5 millimeter, Hi-Fi Man, FoCal,
Great.
a
Yeah.
bunch of others.
Yeah.
And so from here, we're going to start expanding. We're going to go into MMCX and 2-pin.
Awesome.
We want an IEM connection.
Yeah.
Because if you look around this room,
there's IEMs everywhere.
It's all IEMs. Yeah. And then we're going to branch out into 7N copper, higher grade copper. And at that point, we'll start introducing things like the Utopia Limo connector, HD800 connector. Maybe we'll get the Dan Clark, the connectors he uses.
Yeah.
And really start to kind of go from there. One of the bigger things that I had in mind for this as well was that I didn't want it to be a very expensive cable. I wanted something affordable, I wanted something functional, and I wanted something that looked really good. Because I think it's hard to find, you can go on AliExpress or Amazon, and you can buy cables all day for $30. Right. Or there's kind of a quick jump up to $300 to $500 range.
Yep.
Not a whole lot in that $100 to $150 range.
Yeah.
So I kind of was like, this is where I want to be.
Yeah.
We will have, again, higher grade materials that will have to be more expensive because of the start cost of it. But I wanted to have something that if somebody buys a $300 headphone, they don't have to spend another $300 on a cable.
Right, exactly.
They can, they can buy a
modular
they can buy just a splitter part for $50.
Exactly. Yeah.
For that headphone, and then carry on their way. So
that's awesome.
I'm super excited about it.
Yeah.
It's something that I've been, super passionate about since we sort of started the project. The more we got into it, the more excited I got.
Yeah.
And then when I got the first samples, they came out looking better than I anticipated they would.
Mm-hmm.
Because to that point, I'd only seen renders and drawings,
Right,
and
right,
technical
yeah.
stuff, and some pictures kind of throughout the process. But once we got the first samples, I pulled them out of the box, and I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah. No,
Right
it's
from the get-go,
it's
so.
it's awesome, and it can be
obviously.
worn as a necklace. So
Yeah,
it's a little bit of audiophile jewelry
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Tal, I really appreciate you
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
the time to do this, man.
Yeah, no problem.
You and
Thank you.
Dekoni did a great job on the cable, so congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yes, slut.
Mark the slide. Mark.
Mark the slide. Oh, brother.
Matt Marshland. Why is his voice?
Come on, Matt Marshland. Are you serious? Am I just chucking these into the ground?
Yeah, fit in that tight window.